It's been described as the world's most treacherous battlefield. That's right, we're talking about the Siachen Glacier. Much has been written and said about literally the subhuman temperatures under which our soldiers and of course soldiers on the Pakistani side serve out duties on the orders of their political establishments. A recent avalanche tragedy in Pakistan, as well as a rather rare statement from Pakistan's army chief, has brought back the focus to something that many people on both sides of the border believe is something that can be resolved. But can it? Is the trust deficit between India and Pakistan reduced enough to look at demilitarization? The second question is, even if it isn't, should either of the countries move to act unilaterally? If I may start on the program today with Brigadier Kanwal. Brigadier Kanwal, you have written several papers, several articles. You've even co-authored one with a counterpart on the other side of the border, arguing that it is time to seriously look at demilitarization. Do you believe anything has changed between India and Pakistan that makes it possible to look at demilitarizing Siachen today?
Barkha, I can sense the stirrings of a change of heart in the Pakistan army. All these years we said that their rapprochement with India was a tactical ploy to tide over current difficulties at home, particularly internal security. But no Pakistan army chief, serving chief, has ever spoken the way Kayani has. Peace with India, particularly demilitarization of Siachen. I think he should be taken at greater value than if Zardari had said the same thing, or if Gilani had said the same thing.
But you know that people are going to tell you that Kargil followed Lahore and therefore India and Pakistan are dysfunctional. I'm just giving you the other side.
60 years of conflict has not paid any dividends. I think it's time to give peace a chance.
PG Verghese, somehow between India and Pakistan the conversation goes back to 1984. You're saying we need to take the conversation way back to when the ceasefire agreement was originally signed in Karachi, and only if positions return to what they were and are accepted formally to be those should India look at demilitarization. Is that correct?
Well, in part, yes. The point I make is that we're talking about solutions, but we need to define what is the problem. And I don't think anyone seems to have read what the original ceasefire agreement in 1949 said. It's part of the UN resolution, and in the ceasefire part of it, the military commanders of the two sides and the United Nations Military Observer Group delineated and demarcated the ceasefire line, which is a clear line. Now that line puts the entire Siachen Glacier on the Indian side of the line. So there's no ambiguity about it. But what we're doing is we're questioning where the line is. And we're talking from a position of what happened in 1984. Would you demilitarize Jaipur? If I started the conversation and say, we must demilitarize Jaipur, you say, what on earth are you talking about? Jaipur is part of India.
And you're saying all of Siachen is part of India?
The bulk of Siachen, certainly. And Musharraf's map in his book, In the Line of Fire, published as Pakistan's president and Pakistan's army chief. It's a military map where he shows the Kargil positions, shows the entire Siachen Glacier from NJ 1940 within India. Now, what then is the argument?
But it's interesting, if I may just get a quick clarification for you. So far, the narrative has actually been that there has been a cartographic snafu, as it were, that there was too much ambiguity. You're saying there's no ambiguity at all?
None, absolutely not. And the maps only changed in Pakistan, and the United States played a great act of mischief in the between 1967 and about 70, they changed the line from NJ 9842 to the Karakoram Pass, almost there, and the Pakistanis followed that. Now, this is an act of cartographic aggression, just as the Chinese are doing that in Siachen, and we have been silent about it. This is, to my mind, the most extraordinary failure of our political diplomacy.
General Thapriyal, now here's the problem. What Mr. Verghese is actually arguing is that this is a conversation that goes much further back in history, and just like we say Jaipur is a part of India, the bulk of Siachen is a part of India. If Pakistan accepts that, authenticates it, signs off on it, by all means, we can look at demilitarization. But is this practical?
Siachen or the entire POK and northern areas is a part of India. Pakistan annexed it in 1947. If we say, and there's a parliament resolution to that effect, that entire state of J&K is part of India, and we maintain that, then how is it that we are, doing something, giving away Siachen to Pakistan. Why are we doing this?
Can I ask a provocative question there? Yes, there's a parliamentary resolution that says that even what we call Pakistan-occupied Kashmir and they call Azad Kashmir and all of those areas are part of India. But, you know, the line of control, in real terms, accepted by both countries as the de facto border, isn't it?
It is accepted as the de facto border only till point 9840. Thereafter, to great disservice of both the countries, the commanders in 1972 left it vague. Like 1949, they should not have left it vague.
Do you have the NDTV Profit app? All the markets, all the news and your own homemade, ready-made portfolio available there for you.
We will right now answer what you should sell, what you should buy when markets are down.
Download at ndtvprofit.com/apps. Get the best app from the channel you trust.